And I introduced the 12 steps of belly fat, but I realized after I said the 12 steps of belly fat that I'm way too lazy for that shit. Alright, so what's the vibe, man? What's the glow? What's the rush? How am I feeling this morning? What's popping? What's popping inside the old noggin? We got some dog action up here. Looks like we got a Farang taking out his trash. Good morning, sir. How are you? Sweaty down chow, yep. Okay, that's a fellow Farang taking out the trash. Looking awfully sunburnt, which is what I'm trying to prevent. That's why I'm doing these chats early in the morning. I want to keep my nose pristine and white instead of crispy and red. Just getting through the sand pit here. All right, well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Trying to work on an intro, but not always the easiest. I am picking up off of my chat 2 days ago, which was about belly fat and my denial of belly fat. And I introduced the 12 steps of belly fat, but I realized after I said the 12 steps of belly fat that I'm way too lazy for that shit. So I'm gonna knock it down for 6 steps of belly fat. Because if I did 12, that would warrant me to dig in deep and really go through the 12 steps. I'm more half-assed than that. That's why I'm like a 50% Catholic. Even when I was a Catholic, I was like half in, half out. I was an altar boy though, so that gives me some sort of discipline for something. But I figure knocking it down to 6 steps would be the wise way to go. Step 1 was denial. Step 2, and real quick, you know, I don't want to plagiarize the 12 steps here. That's another reason why I'm going to 6 steps. This is absolutely inspired by that program, but I don't want to like I said, I'm gonna be inspired by. I'm not gonna plagiarize. So the next obvious step would be acceptance, but I don't want to say acceptance. I want to go with more something like recognition. I'm going with the word recognition, and I'm recognizing the recognition is what I'm doing. I'm recognizing what I'm doing is not working for my belly fat. Like what I'm doing is working to have belly fat, but my recognition is to recognize my life choices and how I'm living is not in congruence. And I'm not looking to get shredded here. This is not about shredded. This is about just like managing. Every stage of a decade is different, especially for men. Your late 20s is much different than your late 30s. Your late 30s is much different than your late 40s. And I am entering into my, I'm gonna let this car go. I'm entering into my my late 50s. So I am at a vastly different stage of my life than when I was in my early 50s. And I need to recognize that too. I have to give recognition for that. But the recognition of this video is I gotta, and I don't have to do anything except negotiate this left-hand turn and go underneath the bridge and go up the soy. But for right now, I am recognizing step 1, denial. Step 2, recognition that how I've been living is not the way for me to move forward. That's what it is. That's what I have recognized. More on that after we cross the bridge. let's recount the steps and where we're at. And own the fact again that I've taken it from 12 steps down to 6. Step 1, belly fat, is denial. So what does denial look like? Denial looks like this. You've got a tire, you've got a spare tire around your middle, you're exercising, but you still think that you can eat whatever the fuck you want. So you've got an uncensored pie hole inward, an inward uncensored pie hole. That means you're eating anything and everything. You know, you're eating Doritos. You might be saying to yourself, oh, these taste so good, I can afford it. But you know you can't, but underneath all that shit is the denial. So there's that. Denial of what's going in the pie hole. And then, once you get spit out of denial, you realize, oh, okay, I can't eat whatever I want. So you're starting to recognize what you're putting in your pie hole. And that's where I'm at now, step 2. All the while you're still exercising, but it's like that meme, that beautiful meme of that dude saying you can't outrun a bad diet. So he's like sprinting down the road, and it's shot very like nightmarish-y. He's got like a McDonald's, he's got like the Ronald McDonald chasing him down the street. So you're starting to recognize that the lifestyle you're living and the choices you're making, they're not working for what you want. Like I said before, they're working if you want to stay puffy. And listen, if you want to stay puffy, good on you. Go do your thing. I don't. And one of the best things about being in your later 50s, the top half of 50, you start to see time differently. So I now know that I got to get on this shit if I want to get this shit off my shit. So we'll just leave it at that.